What's up, people? Welcome back once again to Bloodborne. And for this episode, we are going to hit up, we're going to hit up a little bit of a hidden area. It's an area you can actually access later in the game, but it is quite useful at this point. So we're going to go ahead and head there now. Starting off, we're going to go to the Cathedral Ward. Alright, so from here we're going to head straight out, and now that we've come back we can see that things are a little bit different. And if we come right around here, we're going to see this guy, and this is the guy that we want. Now what we want to do is grab this real quick, and then we're gonna get killed. So, really cool secret right there. Access to this area, and man, this area is really useful right now. Okay. NPC right here. Feel free to interact with her, but she will not interact with you unless you are wearing something from the church. You need to have some kind of church attire, such as the black church garb. Gascoigne, I believe, also works. So make sure you equip them, and then she will interact with you, but she will not if you don't have that on. Also, if you came here with some blood echoes and you didn't know what was going to happen, to get those back, all you need to do is rest at this lamp up here, go back to the Cathedral Ward, and they will be right outside where we got killed. Alright, so we want to run up here, and now there's two things to this area. The first one is there's a really good grind spot right here where you can get some good levels by killing these two guys here, and then there's two of the boars outside. So just it's a really quick run, and you just kill them and keep doing that until you can't take it anymore. And it's a really good spot at this point in the game to do that. You can really stack up your attributes or whatever you want to do. Get more HP, more endurance, which is what we're going to do. The flip side to that is that these enemies hit really hard. So you may or may not have a good time doing so. We're going to go ahead and get our... That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, so we definitely don't want to fight these guys two at a time. So we'll pull this guy back up here. But once you get the hang of these guys, they're not too bad. It's just the fact that if you do miss something or mess up, they do some serious damage. So what we're going to want to do is stay kind of at a mid-range and bait his attack. So you got to watch out for that. And he does a push attack. And that bag attack hurts really bad. And it's... to interrupt it, you got to wait till like the last second. That's the one we want right there. So once we land that, we're going to go in for an all-out attack because he's going to try to buff himself. And while he does that, we're going to kill him. So these guys are going to also help us get our saw spear into shape. We're going to do the same thing with this guy. Just be cautious, get ready to dodge. We're looking for that one specific attack. See, those are the ones you want to watch out for. Back up. Get that attack. And then go in for the kill. Alright. So Moon is super useful. We're going to equip that as soon as we can. That's going to give us more blood echoes per kill. And so honestly, they're kind of showing you, hey, use this spot to get some nice levels. Alright, we're going to let this guy come on up. We're familiar with him. So we already know how to deal with these guys. Oh no. It's alright. We did plenty of damage. So we're good. Same thing. Gotta be on your toes. That's the one we want. By the way, some really good music going on. Alright, they're going to come out and they're going to try to grab you. Let them do that initial grab attack. Take them out. Alright. These guys get up. They're not much of a threat. But the threat is right back there, as you can see. And we're not quite ready to go that way. Still got a few more things to do down here. No items in there, so... if you head back up here, you're going to see right where we're at. Got a Wandering Madness up here. Yeah, our saw spear is definitely going to be in good shape. Open this up. Right in here's our lamp. So the only thing that we have to do really is get that open. Which I do believe I missed on the other side. We can run back and do that real quick. It's not that big of a deal, but just to say that we did it. Wait. Oh, that's right. You can't. I don't think you can get that door right now. Whatever. Either way, we don't need it. Got some dogs down here, and they are just fixated on that gate, so you can tell there's probably some stuff going down on the other side of there. And we get the 3 knowledge, and we get a armor set, which I'll show you real quick. It's kind of neat set. Whoops. Pretty crazy looking. Obviously doesn't suit us, but just know it's there. Cold blood. Alright, so right here can be very dangerous. What you want to do is you want to sprint and go straight down while he's screaming and get behind him. If you let him charge out of there, he can be a handful to deal with. Let's go ahead and get our visceral. That is definitely how you want to deal with that guy, because his initial charge attack hits so hard. Bolt paper, the second of the paper upgrades, or the paper buffs, excuse me, put on our weapon, which is definitely going to come in handy. So right here is a good scenario where you want to use your pebbles. There's actually a lot more dogs out there than it looks. Whoops, not what I wanted to do. Alright. I know one comes from some crazy direction. Yeah, there he is. Total wrong direction. So we definitely don't want to fight the dogs and that guy at the same time. What I'm doing there is a little bit of R1, L1. Just gives us more reach on that second swing while they dodge out of the way. Alright, so now we can deal with this guy. And we get another weapon, Tonitrus, which is a pretty cool weapon to use. It is a bolt weapon. And we do meet the requirements. You can see it's got a built-in bolt damage, and you can also buff it up. Get it really going. Really effective against enemies that are weak against bolt. But we want the old saw cleaver. Alright, so that pretty much does it with the items and whatnot here. So we can go ahead and... don't think there's anything up here. Just want to make sure. Yeah, not yet. So you do come back here, and there are some different things you can pick up when you come back later in the game. Alright, so now it is time for another boss fight. As I mentioned before, one of my other favorite ones in the game. And maybe not so much for the fight itself, but I just love the boss. The boss looks really cool. And I went down way too far. Okay, so once you get to this point and you've got everything, you really don't need to worry about these guys. And you definitely don't want to mess with these two at the same time. So really, we're just going to run right on through. And we're going to drop down. And there's our boss out there laying in a pile, and he's going to get up and do his thing once we get out there. So what we're going to try to do with our saw cleaver, we're going to set it on fire, and we're going to go after his legs. And we're going to stay unlocked. So we're not going to lock onto this boss. It's going to make it much easier to deal with him. The downside of this boss, and why most people don't really care for him, is because he eats the camera alive. So he makes it really difficult to see what's going on. As a result, you end up taking a lot of damage that you don't really need to, just because you can't see what's going on. So we're going to try to avoid that. Like I said, we're going to go with our saw cleaver. We're going to light it up, and we're going to go after his legs. Once we do that, we'll head out, start hitting him in the head, kind of rinse, repeat. And he shouldn't take much. Back up. Get a heal in. Buffs himself up. Want to get in on those legs. Does do a pretty good job of moving around every once in a while. Oh, why did what? I'm not quite sure why my hits weren't registering there on his leg. And there goes the Darkbeast, Parl. So as you can see with that last one, what you want to do is you really don't want to chase him a whole lot. When he starts backpedaling, just kind of leave him go. Reset the situation, move in, time your roll through his attack, and then hit his legs. A couple times there, though, I swear I should have been hitting his legs and I wasn't, but whatever. So that is that particular boss, but we're not quite done because we can open up this area right here. And we are back in Old Yharnam. Now, what we're going to do here is slide by those guys. We really don't need to fight anything here. Going to run by these guys. And what you want to do is you just want to walk up to this ladder. Stay very calm. Don't do any attacks or anything. Climb up the ladder. Turn, climb up this ladder now. So now we're finally going to go meet the guy with the Gatling gun. And then just take it nice and slow up here. And now instead of fighting him, we can talk to him.
Well, well. How did you get in here? It's no matter. What brings you to Old Yharnam? I've no interest in matters further up. But you must not disturb this place. The beasts do not venture above, and mean no harm to anyone. If you still insist on hunting them, then I will hunt you first. You understand me?
Alright, so we're going to spare the beasts of Old Yharnam.
Yes, very good. I no longer dream, but I was once a hunter too. There's nothing more horrific than a hunt. In case you fail to realize, the things you hunt, they're not beasts. They're people. One day you will see. It's time you got going. But first, a farewell gift. I have no use for it anyway.
Powder keg hunter badge. And the old brush off dust.
What is it? Go! You have the whole...
Alright, so now that we got that guy and we pretty much took out that area we were just in, we can go ahead and bold hunter's mark. Back to the dream. Use our cold blood. So we're still sitting at +6 there, but now we can +5 our spear. We're gonna go ahead and put away Tonitrus. Should be good. We're gonna take off. Well, let's go ahead and put on the moon. I'm gonna put that on because I am going to go ahead and hit up that little grind spot. And maybe by the time we come back, let's see where we're at. Alright, nothing new there. Alright, I think we're pretty good. Let's go ahead and put all these into leveling up. Which sometimes if the doll is not sitting on that corner where she usually is, she will be up here.
Welcome home, good hunter. What is it? Very well, let me...
Alright, so those are the 15-15, so let's just start putting them into there. And what I might do, depending on the amount of time, I may make a few runs to get at least 25-25 when I come back. Probably don't have the patience to go 30 and 30. So I'm going to grind to get 25 and 25 here. And then we should be good to go from there to head on to the totally different area. So we're finally going to get out of the Cathedral Ward area and start moving on to some different environments. So that will do it for this one, and I will see you on the next episode.